Do I have to sugarcoat? And they stand in the street, they pretend as if they're selling sweets, of which they're selling drugs. They've demolished South Africa. We don't, and I don't care who can be the president or whoever. We don't have to sugarcoat. And all the political party, they've been eating and sitting, getting fatter and fatter on a daily basis, living in fleshy lifestyle. They don't care about South Africans. And we don't have to pretend South Africa. South Africa, wake up.
All right, thank you very much indeed. Let's go to our other audience member. Your question, comment?
Hi, hello. My name is Olani Aboredele, and I'm the chairman of the Nigerian Union here in Gauteng. In Africa, there are 5 countries with very high population of migrants. Why is the issue of South Africa so much? Because the government of South Africa is failing its people. We have to be very honest about that. People talk about crime. You know, there are agencies involved in crime. It's like South Africans are shifting all the blames, the failures of the government on foreigners, which is not supposed to be. But beyond that, going forward, as people, and as people that are legally here, or people that want to respect the law, what can we learn from South Africans, and what can South Africans learn from us in terms of lifestyle, in terms of business, in terms of empowering ourselves? I think that is the conversation we need to work towards, right? Rather than blaming ourselves and pointing figures on each other.
Right.
We need to move forward.
Thanks. Let's get one more question, and then we'll get some responses. Marke?
My name is Tawang. I'm from Abraham Pacific National Movement. When you go to firms, you find that when you go looking or seeking for employment, they will tell you that they don't hire South Africans. They want people that are hired outside. When we go and say these people are not supposed to be here because they are illegal, you'll find organizations, NGOs like your Helen Sue's men coming in and saying they are protecting these people, they can't go because of these people have problems in their countries. And again, why I'm saying this is because of the very same people. They don't see that even this very same, they say African brothers, they have been exploited by these rich people because they're not paid minimal wage.
Okay.
They are exploited and we are allowing it. So we are saying here as South Africans as well as us to say government really need to work with the people on the ground, or otherwise hell will break loose, as the lady from Operation Tutu has already mentioned, because we are hard fall. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Sihle, let's get your take with regards to the perceptions around foreign nationals versus the reality on the ground. How does that marry up for you?
Look, I think the last speaker makes a very good point, because we are being made to fight against each other by people who are profit-driven. He's absolutely right that even the illegal, or rather the foreigners themselves, are being exploited by the same businesses, because they know that if someone is desperate, maybe there's war in their country or they had to run away, they are willing to take 500 Rand or even 1,000 Rand a month, whereas a typical worker in South Africa won't take that much. They know that they can't follow labor practices because these people can't report them to the police station, because if they go to the police station, the first thing they're going to be asked is about documentation. So they exploit them, sometimes they don't pay them. So the real problem here, again, it's the business owners. But secondly, there ought to be consequences, and that's where government then comes in. Government also doesn't, there are no consequences for these business and factory owners. Like the legislation is there. I mean, we spoke about the 60%. So it's not a problem for legislation.
Well, the pushback would be that they are trying to make some inroads. You saw the recent blitz in terms of the various restaurants around South Africa. Does that not give you hope that there's something being done?
Territorial integrity and sovereignty. Sovereignty simply means supreme authority by people of that territory over their territory without outside interference. So if people are going to come into our country, we are not living in a state here where there was lawlessness.
Right.
If people are going to come into our country, establish their own ports of entry, illegal ports of entry, and they also establish illegal or parallel home affairs offices where they must produce fake documents, your work permits, passports, etc. That is totally unacceptable.
Right.
We expect people to comply with international law. International law simply means those are internationally accepted rules-based order. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's get a final question, Mark, and then we'll get final comments.
My name is Advocate Dumisani Leah. I'm from the Phoenix Foundation of Zimbabwe. I've been living in South Africa for 30 years legally. I would like to concur with the South Africans who are concerned about illegal immigrants. I'm also concerned However, I would like to implore the Minister of Home Affairs to start conducting workshops on teaching people on how to legalize themselves, because what we have here is a problem whereby people do not have the knowledge on how to legalize themselves. We have people who have already established families here who can live, if they have to leave this country, they leave 10 children without anybody to look after them, whereby people are taught on how to legalize themselves.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's get final comments. Look, it's a huge land border, right? South Africa has